What is up, everybody, and welcome back to the BB Bus, where today I have a brief little tutorial for you that hopefully will help you out. We are going to make a little window screen to cover some of my windows. Let's go measure our window so that we know what kind of measurements we need to cut out of our materials so we can build this screen. Whip out your tape measure and go measure your window. Keep in mind that each corner piece adds 3/4 inch to the dimension of every side. So subtract a total of 1.5 inches per dimension so that you can get accurate measurements for cutting your main frame pieces. Get your frame pieces out, measure them, mark them, and get a cutting tool. You can use a jigsaw or a handsaw, whatever can easily cut through aluminum. It's not very difficult. Just go ahead and cut your pieces to length. Rinse and repeat for your top and your bottom. Make sure those are the same dimensions, and your sides need to be the same as each other as well. Once you have those all cut out, you can slide each frame piece into one of the appendages coming off the corners. Now make sure that you slide them in right so that the rubber, spline, and groove are all facing the same direction on every piece. That's how you're going to attach your screen. Once you have the corners and the frame pieces all put together, it's as easy as rolling out your screen material over top of the frame and cutting it, making sure it's extra large on all dimensions. That's going to help you out when you start to put it into the frame. The frame pieces come with a spline that is shoved into the groove. If they don't come with that, you're going to have to buy a spline on your own. So keep that in mind when you're at the store. Now that you have your frame with the spline facing up and your screen rolled out over top and is trimmed with some heavy extra dimensions on all sides, now you can remove the spline off of one side and lay your screen down over the groove. When it's over the groove, try to line it up so that your screen lines are coming off perpendicular from your frames. Imagine a screen that has lines going diagonal or off kilter. That would look a little weird, so try measure it and align it so that visually it looks pretty good. And then just shove that spline into the groove with the screen material underneath it. It's going to be a little bit tight, and once you get the first little bit shoved in there, what I found was helpful was to pull the spline sideways just to stretch it out a little bit, give that rubber a little bit of tension so that it skinnies out just enough that it slides right back into the groove. Once it's in the groove, you can release a little bit of tension as you go along, and it'll kind of fill that space and really tightly hold the screen material in there. Once you do that on one side, turn it around and do the opposite side next. You can't really pull the screen too tight when you start the spline on the opposite side, because as you push it into the groove, it wants to even pull it tighter. So just pull it a little bit snug, shove that spline in there, and once you get a little bit started, it's as easy as using the roller tool to just shove it in the groove the whole way down to the corner. Now rinse and repeat for the side and the opposite side as well, and then you have a nice taut screen pulled across the frame. Last part of the process is to take a razor or an X-Acto knife or a utility blade and trim the screen material that is on the outside of the spline. Trim it as clean as you can, but it's not super important because this is the side of the screen that is going to be hidden, or on the back side of the screen once you install it, so nobody's ever going to see it. You're never going to see it. It's not going to cause you any problems. Yeah, at some point, wear and tear will make this screen material come out of the frame, but that's not a problem because you already know how to fix it. Once you have everything trimmed, it's going to look all neat and tidy like this. The way I installed this was to drill a hole in all 4 corners of my connecting pieces. That way I can then put a screw through that directly into the aluminum sidewall of the bus, and it's going to hold it there just like that. I felt that using the clips was looking a little bit messy, and it left room for the screen to jiggle around and move around. These are screwed directly in the sidewall of the bus, so they are not going to go anywhere. When I came to final installation, after I pre-drilled a hole for the screw to go into, I did put a big pile of silicone caulk on there just to make sure that I'm watertight once the screw goes in there. Pop 4 screws in there, and there you go. There's a window screen covering your windows, keeping the bugs out when the lights are on, and it's evening outside. And bam! Just like that, I got screens on my windows. Anyways, I hope that was helpful to some of you. It's honestly easier than you think it is. Go ahead and do it. Make yourself a screen. It's really affordable too, so even if you mess up and have to start over with new materials, it's not going to be a big deal. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button down below, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss more videos. And that is it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate your support and you following along in this journey and maybe learning something along the way. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time in the BB Bus. Bye.